Mm. Happy Friday. Oh, black organic coffee, 1 cup only. Mm. Oh, made a bunch of chocolate chip cookies this morning. It's Friday. Actually, just chocolate cookies, but mm. I have chocolate everywhere. Mm. Good stuff. I start with organic oats, sprouted organic oats, and I drop in walnuts, almonds into like a KitchenAid food processor. And I drop in a little bit of sea salt, baking soda. So I made about 45, maybe 50 cookies. So that was fun. Hey, thanks for hitting that thumbs up. Hey, good morning. Was in your neck of the woods for a short time yesterday. I did not see you. I've been reading my book. Yep. Morels are out now. I've been making cookies. Well, it would have been nice to see you. I think I have your email somewhere. Yeah. Be nice to meet other people on social media. I think it's healthy as long as they're good people. Yeah. Mm. Oh man, that's good coffee, hey? Yeah, it's springtime. I've been planting seedlings in trays. I made about, I don't know, half a dozen trays of 70 plus different things. Wasn't going to, but we went to Sydney, had lunch at Third Street Cafe. I've been there often. It was super delish. Then went to Antique Store in Saanich. Antique Store in Saanich. Huh. You're right here where I live. Huh. What was I doing yesterday? Oh yeah, right. I went and got my tenderloin beef. It wasn't very big. It's only like probably 5 pounds. The tenderloin size was about 5 pounds. It was $20 a pound. Price shot way up. So I just took a small one. Yeah. But I like my beef. And so I went and bought that. And I actually bought a piece of pork, which I never do. But it was free range pork. It was a pig that run around and ate all kinds of vegetables, and the meat looks different than other meat. And I was like, it's a bit darker. I was like, okay. So I did that. And then I went to a farm, but there was very little there. The main reason for the trip was to visit Shaw Center for the Salish Sea. We haven't been since 2018. Love it there. Yeah, they have that out there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yesterday, what else did I do? You had a pretty busy day there, Mandy. That's pretty cool. I have chocolate everywhere. Made my chocolate cookies. They're made a big tray of them. Oh, I've got some more in the oven. I have to take them out. No, I don't. I took them out and shut it off. Right. I don't want to leave them in. No, it doesn't take long on 325. Bought some organic butter. So I used organic butter and cold pressed olive oil as my oil, and then organic cacao ground up powder, and some ginger. Of course, I always put ginger and organic vanilla in, and I put it in a processor. I did add about a cup of flour too, just and some free range organic eggs. So that's pretty cool. Hey, look at all the thumbs up, and there's only one person here. Hey. But it's now time to do the greens. And they have one section here on greens, which is pretty cool. There it is here. Yeah. There's wild mint, wild onions, rose hips, clover, bulrushes, and fireweed. Beautiful, hey? That's your greens to cook with in salad. And, oh, of course, the rose there, the wild rose, too. But that's what you start off with miner's lettuce, dandelions. You know, so, yeah, I had a pretty busy day. Actually slept for 6 hours, which I rarely do. But here's some lamb's quarters. They're really nice. Makes your urine go kind of yellowy red. Makes egg yolks go red. This stuff here. Yeah. Lemon butter sauce. Here's a couple of my favorite dishes. Here's a couple of my favorite dishes. Yeah. It's delicious. I don't know if you can see that. Phyllo wrapped salmon and lamb's quarters. That's pretty good. And then the quiche is pretty good. What book is that? It's called Wild Harvest BC in British Columbia. Yeah, it's got all the cool things that are coming up, like blackberries, raspberries. But people pretty much know. Well, I guess some people that live in a cubicle wouldn't know, but there's the stinging nettles. I'm doing that today. Yeah. I'm doing this today. I like my stinging nettles. I don't use a glove. I just go ahead and all the little glow-kits that go into your hand, you know, I know this might sound a little strange, but it creates circulation. Hey, Token, how's it going? Good to see you. So the glow-kits that are on the stinging nettle are like little tiny spiny hairs. And so what I'm going to do is I have a bit of poor circulation in my right foot. It looks kind of rough. I'm going to put it onto it and see what happens. I'm going to do the old witch of the woods type thing. Yeah. Yeah. Here it is here, cream of nettle soup. There it is. This book's designed to go outside. It's got a coating on it. And yeah, it's designed to get damp or wet. Good to see you there, Token. Fisherman's lasagna, that's what the halibut. And here's one on dandelions. You made dandelion wine or something, or jelly or something, Mandy, I think. Yeah. Nettle, broccoli, and garlic soup is really good. Oh, really? There's the dandelions. Yeah, I'm not into the lawn thing. I get rid of them. Nettle, broccoli, and garlic soup. That's a good idea. Thanks there, Token. Yep. Dandelion Caesar salad and Sandor's dandelion wine. Isn't that nice? Happy Friday. It's forage time in the Pacific Northwest. Nice. Tastes like honey, hey? Cheers, Mandy. Yum. Yeah, dandelion Caesar salad. Huh. My screen is flashing. Hey, hi, Shawnee. Good morning. Happy Friday. What's the title of the book, Howie? It's called Wild Harvest, British Columbia, the Pacific Northwest. And Fiddleheads, they'll be coming out soon. I like them steamed. These are my favorite. I love them steamed. They're delicious. That's how I used to live. I didn't have, Swiss chard and spinach growing, but I did have nettles. So I would go out and get nettles. So I'm kind of going back to my traditional diet. I will be for the next couple of months. That's just the way it is. But I've already started eating Mahonia, the Oregon grape. Sean Negro says, yes, happy Friday. Yeah, happy Friday. I made cookies this morning. I made about 45 cookies. And yeah, that's, yeah, they're good. I already ate two and I shouldn't have. I should only eat half of one or just one. Yeah. We have our first spring nature school meetup today. Group is bigger this year. Oh, wow. Cool. Very cool. Well, kindergarten, hey, where the word comes from is interesting. Kinder means child, and garden means learning to farm, like a farming practice. So, kindergarten. There's a old but unknown kindergarten, right? It's a German word. Child learning to farm. Who would have thought? Now, kindergarten means, let's eat some chalk and Elmer's glue and let's cut up the desk with our pencils. It doesn't mean anything to do with learning to farm. I never learned anything about farming at school. When I went to school, nothing. Nope. Nothing. Zero. Nada. They did have a nature garden here and they canceled it. It ran for 3 years. We put a food forest at the school and they bulldozed it. Okay. Just redundant. I went and I had words with them that it was disgusting to see all the trees I donated bulldozed. They were producing all kind of fig. I got videos of it. They were producing apples, plums, and they bulldozed it. Probably a parking lot. I don't know what they're putting there. I don't even look at it anymore. It's so gross to see the stupidity. Pilgrim, welcome. Happy Friday. So yeah, it's tough to see it seems like if you pay an interest in any tree or plant in the neighborhood, it gets chopped down, bulldozed, or it's just crazy. About 15 years ago, I was walking up this hill here and there was kiwi growing up through the hill. And I went and picked a couple of them and it was on the side of the road. It was on common ground. This old guy, he comes out, he goes, what the F, the expletive there, are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm just picking a couple of kiwi. Those are not your kiwi. And I'm like, well, the birds are eating them. And look, they're going bad. It was the middle of winter. And he'd give me the bird, he flipped the bird. So then I just kept on going. And about a week later, I had to go by that part of the neighborhood and had a little landscaping job to do at Jack's. So he had it all cut down. For real. Well, it's just like, now that's nasty, man. I think it was the shirt that I wore. I wore a shirt with a First Nations artwork on it, and he made fun of my shirt. He said it was ugly and shit like that, right? I was just like, dude. And he's on his last legs going out of the world. Could you imagine the crap that guy's did and seen? It's amazing. It never ceases to me. Lots of schools here now have little gardens. Yeah, here too, they have gardens. I've built several. They may not learn farming, but they are learning gardens at least. Yeah, I don't know. You're painting the brush there pretty good. I see them build gardens and then nobody does anything with it. And eventually they get bulldozed. Yeah, for real. And they all want to go and get their milk out of the refrigerator and their veggies off the shelf and that canned goods over there. And very few people have the time to slow down, hurry up and slow down and forage. Foraging is for the next 2 months, and then there's actually another 3 to 5 months of gathering, right? But the actual herbal forage is going to be going on now, right? Like lamb's quarters, wild onions. They do stuff during the school year, but there is no one to care for them during summer break. Well, it's the old adage that, or adage, that if you don't look after it, you lose it. If you don't look after the planet, you'll lose it. If you don't look after the human race, you'll lose humanity. So it's something that you must practice and use all the time. I do. And people come by here when I'm not here, and it shows up on the camera, and yeah, lost. Gardening is becoming a lost art. Most have no idea how to grow anything now. Yeah. There's a few people on here that are trying to change that. It's people lose their way for convenience because it's convenient. Oh, I'll grow Swiss chard and spinach, and I'll forget about the stinging nettles. I'll tell you right now, anything you can grow does not have the nutrient value of like stinging nettles. It doesn't. There's no way. Now, maybe perhaps something that grows wild like chard and kale might, but there's a different growth factor. I just started growing food a few years ago after learning to grow. Isn't that ironic, Gabe? But, hey, Dave Knight, hey, you got snail mail. Hey, those are cool photos too, dude. I'd show you mine on here, but, the old boob tube here is quite the mother, right? It's legal here. Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's legal everywhere. If I show a cannabis plant on YouTube, I get restricted, flagged, and kicked to the curb. But you can go on there and watch bombings and freaking killings and all kinds of weird ass shit. But you can't see a plant, a cannabis plant. Oh no. I'm like, what kind of sick freaking place is this, man? Get the munchies, that pill. Here's the book, Dave. Look at that, Dave. Do you see that flower there? Delicious. The morels are out, blackberries. Yeah, and filberts and hazelnuts and morels and stinging nettles. Num. Same here. How all my weeds get flagged. Yeah, it really is diminishing towards freedom. Like they're diminishing the freedom because you're just showing a plant, man. You're not telling. Compared to most of the crap on YouTube and social media, you're getting restricted because of a leaf. You're not telling people to smoke it. You're not telling people to digest it. You're not doing anything. You're just showing them next to your sunflowers and look at my beautiful flowers. No. So I'm okay with it. It's just that what other shadow banning and things that you're doing, you're trying to propel and teach people to grow and forage. And there's a lot of people in here that are really good teachers, a lot of people in here. They're extremely good teachers. And they're not propelled forward by YouTube at all. No, if anything, they're suppressed because the advertisers want you to buy their, you know, stuff in the store. And I mean, I'm not assuming that. Sweet Leaf, love you, Ozzy. I always try to understand reasoning, but there's no reasoning and understanding with when you just shut someone down or shut down that, like I can go on there and talk about mushrooms and half of it's taken out. Like literally I've seen my live stream pieces taken out. And I'm like, well, why bother if you're going to be a jerk? Like it's AI or whoever these weirdos are that run the crap, right? And they're weirdos. I'm sorry, but look at all the crap going on in this world, man. And it's been going on for a long time. It's just that you weren't aware of it. Now you have the internet, so you're more aware. But it's gone on like for millennia, you know, and it's not going to stop either until there's some type of humanity in the civic population that can't go away. Now it can go away, right? Meg's Edible Landscape. Well, let's check out Meg's Edible Landscape. Oh, gotta go there. I mean, Edible Landscape. Oh, wow. Oh, my. Oh, you have a really great channel. Oh, my. I must sign up. And I'll check it out later. I'll be wanting all the particulars. Oh, it won't let me do all of it. Uh-oh. Oh, well, it won't let me. There we go. It wouldn't let me check it. It's not you, it's the system. Yeah, you got that right. Well, I'll tell you what, there, because you have a really cool channel, I'll give you a blue jacket just while you're here until I get to know you. But welcome, welcome, welcome. And you're right up the alley there. It's harvest time in British Columbia in the PNW. Andy, great to see you. Meg Edible Landscape was on the panel last night. How are you? Oh, wow. On the panel. Oh, right. You were live yesterday. Yeah. No, I was out buying a new KitchenAid food processor. I had to go get one, and then I made cookies this morning. And I made the most organic cookies that I could make of all the organic ingredients that I could muster. But today I'm going to see a friend and get seeds. This lady friend of mine, I'm going to meet her at lunch and pick up some seeds. She has a half hour for lunch, so a friend of mine is driving me there, and I get to go and get seed, and it's the special kind of smoked salmon seeds, so I get to try that. And then what else am I doing today? Oh, I'm packaging up my cookies because there's when you start putting organic ingredients into your food, it can get costly. And so, yeah. And what else am I doing? Bunch of things, and I can't remember them all because I've only had one cup of coffee. but on a more serious note, it's greens time, man, and that's just it. Fiddles and bows. pickled fiddleheads. We have a lot of fiddleheads here, and yeah, there it is. We have a lot of fern, the tips of ferns. They're a long fern, and I've had that before. It's delicious. And the Devil's Club too, wild asparagus. I picked some the other day. It wasn't very big. It wasn't even half that size, but I ate them and they were delicious. They grow wild here. Yeah. And nodding onion too. It really grew wild here lots, hey? Yeah. Pickled asparagus, asparagus with halibut and hollandaise sauce. I make my own hollandaise sauce. It's really fun. Yeah, it's just you take the egg yolk and you drop it into some melted butter and squeeze the lemon, right? And so this would be considered foraged because of the wild halibut, the wild asparagus, and then the organic chicken egg, and then I grow my own lemon, and then I use organic butter. So it's about 50-50. The more wild forage you have, the more nutrient value your food's going to have. Simple as that. And Shawnee grows. Neat. Cool. Fiddleheads are delicious, but a pain in the to clean. You know what? I tend, if I'm picking something wild, I don't wash it. If I'm growing it myself, I don't wash it. I used to until I figured out the microorganisms that they're good for you. When you start washing them off, you start, your gut flora is not so good. You start seeing things show up. Oh, I lost 3 more pounds of weight. I was like, yes. I don't know how. I think it's because I have this new bread now because I can't get my bread from Estonia anymore. This Estonian lady used to make all my bread, and I'd get like 5 loaves at a time shipped to me, and it was a Estonian rye. And now I have this new bread. It's called grape seed bread, and there's 7 types of seeds and nuts ground up, and then it's made into a loaf of bread. It's kind of expensive. It's $9 a loaf. And the old guy, he's like this super smart old guy. And we were talking about the secret societies that are governing what they all govern. And we are talking about this one that governs the gaming and the alcohol and the cannabis sector in British Columbia here. He's like, yeah. And then there's ones that govern them. And I'm like, dude, I know too much. The Bike Howie is helping. Maybe we unroll and rinse each one. Maybe I'll try it your way, Howie. Well, you know what? When you eat your, with the microbes on it, you're that's called adding biota to your biome. Hey, that's your biota. That's all the different microbes. Now, you don't want like pathogenic bird poop on your stuff or anything, right? But, something solarized, lots of vitamin A and solarized soil. Hey, yeah, just saying, great. Just saying. Well, the bike is kind of harsh on my, I have a deteriorating spine, so I put it away, but I did ride it for like a couple times, and I'm going to need a different one. So I think I'm going to donate it to this homeless guy. It's a brand new bike, and I paid $100 for it, but I'm gonna donate it and get a different one. I actually bid on one yesterday or day before yesterday. Another one it's a 5-speed Schwinn, and the guy wanted $275. It was 10 years old. It was in his garage all his life, and you can see it's pretty sweet looking bike. So I sent him a note. So I'll give you $100 for it, $100. And he's like, 175, and you can take it away. And he was pretty firm. So I'm gonna see what today brings. But I think I'm gonna donate that new bike to this homeless kid. He's probably 30 years old now. and he's been homeless for 10 years, and he keeps fixing his bike on the side of the road. I drive down the road, I see him, and he lives under a tarp on his bike all year round here. So I give him little stoves, a blanket, a tarp, canned protein. Like, I give him really nice canned salmon and that kind of thing, and tuna. Sometimes I'll cook him a chicken, and I'll go looking for him, and I'll give him a chicken, or I'll give him a couple of pounds of smoked salmon in a big, huge jar with a couple of packs of papers in it. And he's like, "You don't want anything for this?" I'm like, "No, dude, I don't want nothing. Just to see you smile and you're happy." I said, "You're homeless." So sometimes he comes by here and he'll have a shower in one of the units. I'll just say, "Yeah, just go in there and have a shower, and clean up and warm up." And sometimes I find him sleeping on my swing out front. I don't bother him. Hey, I'll let the dogs out, and he'll pet the dogs. The dogs will come back in, and that kind of thing. So they've got nothing, right? And to own a property here. Does he have a YouTube channel? I think I've seen him. You know what? He does. He does have a YouTube channel, and it's really neat that he has that. He has a phone. He has a mobile phone, and he has some of the best cameras you ever seen in your life. And he's got nice gear too. And he lives outside 24/7. I know a few people like that, actually, and they all seem to congregate this way towards me. I'll find them using the outdoor lavatory kind of thing, because you're not eating like if you're not eating like toxins, I'll let you go to my human manure compostable toilet, right? And then there's a solar bag here, and then I have outdoor water, and it's for people to come and help themselves, stay a couple of days, and then go along. And I've never had a problem because it's just a cool community, and they don't like to be bothered. They want privacy, but I haven't had it so much as of lately, the past couple of years. It's been a lot of people that were needing help passed away from overdose of drugs. Like, you don't see them no more. A lot of them, thousands and thousands of them died. People I used to help are all gone. Not all, but mostly. There's a gent named Jason in Parks who is quite an inspiration. Bikes, lives under a tarp, and cleans garbage off the roads. Yeah, he does too. My friend there. He's just a young guy, probably 30 years old. And yeah, sometimes I'll have a bunch of blackberries in a little container left for me or something like that. Bill, good morning, Bill. Hey, it's Bill. Well, you're here, Bill. Yeah, get it? Jacket. Yep. So that was the asparagus with halibut and hollandaise sauce. These are things that I do. I make my own. William's here. Good to see you there, Willie. Now, these cattails are delicious. And the pollen that comes off of this, you can collect this. It's right full of pollen here. That really sweet, really nice in pancakes too. Okay. Yeah. And you get nice bunch. You put bag over the cattail, and you get nice bunch of sugar. And the thing is, you only got a couple 3 weeks to do that, right? I need an asparagus bed badly. I'm 5 years old. Well, get the crowns. Go dig up some crowns somewhere, and they grow wild too. Hey, wicker. Yeah. Hey there, wicked wicker. But on a more serious note, cattail shoot soup is very, very good. I've had this. I've had most of this stuff. And then the cattail itself is great for weaving a hat, a basket, a mat, a door, a house. Who would have thought? Here's the cattail shoots in lemon butter. This is delicious. It's very similar to asparagus. And you can pickle these, and you can eat them raw. but I like them crispied a little bit in a hot pan. You know, people just saying hello. Oh, seeing that you peel open the stalk. They say it's on the likes of cucumber sort. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, these are all what grows wild in my locale. I mean, that's what this book's all about. It's Wild Harvest, British Columbia, but the PNW goes from Oregon to Alaska. Really, the cattails behind me have been replaced by I don't know what that word means. No wildlife now by phragmites. Phragmite. I have no idea what that is, Dave. Learn something new every day. Here's my favorite: fireweed, fireweed honey, and fireweed salad. Numbers. This is the good shit, man. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, you don't pull this plant out by the roots, that's for sure. Yeah, it's a tasty treat. Fireweed and fireweed honey. Oh, I love fireweed honey. It's delicious. Yep. You have to watch for bees when you're harvesting that because you put it in your basket and all of the bees go to your basket and you try to pick up the basket. Have you heard of Foxfire books, Howie? There's a whole series, lovely books. We started to collect them. I think I have, but I don't have any, I don't think. I've been getting rid of my library. I'm sorry to say, but books I've collected for 40, 50 years, I've been just putting out there. And they're not going very fast. So, yeah, I only kept my foraging books, all my gardening books, some that, as far as the 17th century are out there. Howie, you ever see weeds that commonly grow in wet areas? Looks like corn stalks. The leaves are razor sharp. Yeah, I have actually. Yeah, Dave, you ever get cut on those? Yeah, I have. Yeah. Yeah. An invasive grass taking over swamps and wetlands in Ontario. Yeah, well, better to grow something than not. You're getting oxygen and you're cleaning the air. Just saying. People do a big thing. Oh, it's invasive. It's invasive. Well, yeah, but what are the benefits of it? Well, it chokes out the native species. Well, what are you going to do about it? You know, it is there. It is there for a reason. You know, it's like here there's watercress that went all over the springs and creeks and ponds here, and oh my God, it's watercress. It's invasive. I'm like, I eat that stuff. Well, when do people start eating it instead of complaining about it? And the big thing is, when you got something growing, it's adding oxygen, okay, to the planet. And God knows we need it. A lot of people are low on oxygen on the planet Earth because there's less of it. My dog got all caught up chasing a beaver. I'll leave. I go through my books every few years and keep the ones I use and love. Gives me room for more books. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I only keep books now that like this. I have all of Dr. Nancy Turner's books. I have a lot of like Lewis and Clark's books, memoirs. I've got most of books like people's diaries and memoirs of plant life. I know it sounds weird, but what they ate like 2, 3, 4, 500 years ago here in North America and over in Ireland or France, what they ate. I read a lot of monk books. I got a thumb blister yesterday night digging 15-ish 1 foot by 1 foot holes in the back pond embankment. Wife dropped off 2 new melon seed packets. I looked at her happy and confused and insane. Well, Bill, take it easy now. Have a cup of tea, smoke a big fatty, and you should be okay, Bill. Thanks for all those thumbs up. It's Friday. It's been on here for 40 minutes. And yeah, I'm going to go get another coffee and I'm going to twist some salmon. And Dave Knight, you got snail mail. Woohoo! It was fun making up your box. Yep, you'll be pleasantly surprised at all the different goodies. I put a ton of seed in, a ton of everything I had. Like not stuff from the store. There's some stuff from the store in there too, but stuff that I collected and traded at the seed exchange. And I put in the Cucurbita ficifolia, the melon that lasts 7 years, is really healthy for you. I only put 5 or 6 seeds in it because I haven't opened one up, and I gave a lot of them to Shawnee and her friend here, and hopefully she gets them soon. If not, I'll have to send some out. But now I can go to the post office, but I'm getting a different bike. Carrie Musings. Hello. There you go, Carrie. There you go. Welcome. Mandy says, I love books. I found so many people don't use them anymore. I have Dick Pernicki's Bad Spelling Diary, quite the read. Yeah, I've actually, I've seen every piece of video of that guy, and I know his entire life. It was very interesting. He left the military and went to the wilds of by this lake in Alaska. Meg's Edible Landscapes. Apparently, the guy's name's Andy. Do you read any older gardening or horticulture books? I love reading older books to see the progress that's made in this space over the past century. Good question. I do. I read anything that says green or plant on it. I still grow your orange melon. Isn't it tasty? I sent you a new one. I sent you the banana melons. I have these melons that look like giant bananas and they're so sweet. It's just, I can't eat them. So I actually divided half the seed and sent it to you. But the seed in there is like spinach seed, kale seed, beans, you name it. I've put every little bit of everything I had. And some of it is like different squashes that I've isolated and stuff like that. And some of them's Hubbard squash. And then there's some smoked salmon seeds, and there's probably a ½ inch of smoked salmon seeds in a baggie. But they don't grow inside, hey? They grow outside. You try to grow them inside, it goes moldy. It needs outside air. So, and they've been hybrid for 30, 40 years. And there was just a new species introduced, and crossed until I have this stuff that grows by itself. And those ones, if you just sprinkle them on the ground, they'll just grow. So I put some of those in. I thought you'd like them. It was pretty good smoked salmon too. Some of it's outstanding, some of it's mediocre. But the thing is, you just disturb the ground a little bit, put 3, 4, 5 seeds in the ground, cover it a little bit and leave it, and you get these 3 to 5 foot sativa. And some of it was Moroccan, so it really kick ass, right? It looks like this ugly stick with a couple of little things on it, but I'm telling you, that ugly stick is beautiful. Oh, Shawnee, I enjoyed what? Okay, whoa, what am I missing here? Oh, Shawnee, I enjoyed what new things are you doing and what old things that work in your garden for this year? What changes are happening? So I wrote her a book under that video. I wrote her a book. Oh, cool. I didn't watch last night's live stream. I was doing something. I forget what, but Oh yeah, I was salting the tenderloins. Yeah, I like to put sea salt around it, and live was good. I bet. Hey, I missed that. I'll have to go and rewatch it. I just don't have time right now. Oh yeah, I've seen all his videos too. Dream to go visit his cabin one day. Yeah, Dick Pernicki. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He went back to California. When it's like 74 or something. He's lived a few more years with his brother in Pasadena. Time for me to get ready to start work. Hey, mwah, take care. Live was good. Yeah, Shawnee's is usually pretty good. I mean, she hammers home to grow food. You have a nice day. Make it by Mandy. You have a wonderful day. Here we go. Live was good. Yep. I couldn't get to the comment. YouTube blocked it for me. I'll try on the computer to see it. Yeah, yeah. Suppression is a terrible thing. Dave Knight says, I found some seed in the ashtray of my 76 olds for the 80s. It was a great plant. Well, you're going to love what I sent you there. There's a little bit of everything that I ever grew is in there. I don't know what the hell that was. There was yelling outside. I'm not going to see it. Yeah, so I put in hundreds, if not thousands, of seeds for you there, Mr. Dave. Yeah, some you probably won't grow. Some things you will grow, and then I put in some goodies. You know, I put in some canned salmon from a guy from Haida Gwaii. And put in some nice new Gardena gloves, and the rest is not going to be a spoiler alert. You'll have to figure it all out. But yeah, what's in the box inside the box? Nice. Oh, and there's figs in there. I put in fig clones. I dipped them in honey and water. Then I noticed a little bit of water came out on the box, and the box got a little temp. I'm like, oh crap. I had it upside down. So then I just dribbled it all out. But it'll be okay. But there's two clones in there. One is of the strawberry verte. It's a really rare fig, but you know what? If you put them in your greenhouse, they'll grow. And one is of the Chinese Gigantus Ficus gigantus Chinese, I think something like that. Happy Friday, everybody. Getting to work now. See you there, Mr. Andy Meg's Edible Landscapes. Oh, how I ordered 3 fig trees to put in containers. Nice. They'll grow in containers. The ones that grow really big, like the mission figs or the brown turkey figs, I wouldn't grow them in a container because they're just massive. You want to grow shorter ones, right? You want ones like strawberry verte, right? But you do whatever you want. If you lived in Canada, I could ship a dozen different kinds to you, but you don't. Sorry, it's tough. I hate to see it thrown out. I sent Dave to one of the strawberry verte and one of the Ficus gigantus Chinese. It's a new fig. I found it on the side of the road. This Taiwanese lady was selling it. I think she might have been Taiwanese. I don't know. And I took her as Taiwanese. So anyway, because she did say she wasn't a communist. She goes, I'm like, why are you telling me you're not a communist? I don't give a rat's butt who's who. Hey, there's HDP, the Desert Pioneer. This guy's pretty fun to listen to. There you go. I've listened to his vlogs and blogcast, whatever, quite a few times. He's an interesting guy, real sweet fella. Oh, how I ordered 3 fig trees to put in containers. Yeah, if you heat the ground, a coil in the ground for a couple months over the winter when that harsh freezing happens, you might get away with putting them in the ground in the greenhouse. I got my clones. I will put in the figs in pots. I can move them with the tractor. I got my clones. I'll put the figs in pots. I can move them with the tractor. So what I did is I gave you the two varieties that are not tall. They're kind of short and bulgy, just saying, so that you know, and they're not cold hardy at all. So if you're putting them in pots, put them in a long, deep pot, because figs have a taproot that goes straight down. What happens is it pulls out minerals in the leaves and puts the leaves on the ground. It pulls out minerals from the ground, deep in the ground, you know. It's a mineralizer. And here's Bill. He says, Howie, I've dropped roughly 1,000 seeds back there, melon and squash, as a cover crop of 500 more going down. David Bow Ties Loofah. I asked for some seeds, 3 or 4. He sent a pound of them. Well, loofah seeds are very valuable, and it's used for so many things, like sponges for scrubbing your dishes to soaking up oil. Hey, you know, they're actually worth money. The Wicker email it to me. Yep. Yeah, you should. David suggests I got something stupid for you to test out, so I agreed. Ha ha. Looks at Shawnee. Really? Yeah, send her some seeds, man. Yeah. Rapido. Open 4 tabs, Howie, the live email and your channel for email. Oh, I don't have an email. I used to have an email, but now I've got just one email. It used to be Shaw. Now I'm at Rogers. So it's a Shaw Rogers hybrid thingy. And I had to go a little bit of high tech on it. I got tired of snoopers. People are sending you should have seen the crap people sent me when I had my email on my YouTube channel. Oh my God. Some people have no humanity. Zero. If you don't have humanity, go and freaking get some. Yeah. So, yeah. Here we go. Fermented fireweed seeds for tea. Fireweed jelly. Oh, I haven't had that. Hey, Bill. I just put up on Calamondon orange, and I'm putting up a lemon video today. I made a lemon video picking lemons, but I've been eating oranges lots, just Calamondon ones. But clovers are really nice. You make a nice clover tea, beautiful clover tea. We'll have a look. Yeah. It's a nice Calamondon that's loaded. Yep. Good to see you there, Bill. I've been watching your vids. It's been fun. Shiny Gross says, these Chicago Hardy, Chicago Olympium, and Violet de Bordeaux are the figs ordered. Oh, yeah. Well, the hardier it is, the better. And the shorter, the less you have to move around. And, and some figs, not all, but 50% of figs need to be cut right off. Did you know that? I didn't know that, but you need to cut it off. This guy, Figs in Israel, he does that. He has a channel, but it's kind of tough he took off to Spain there for a while. I don't know what happened to him, but he's a really nice guy. And he grows figs in Israel, and he was getting pretty heavily picked on by trolls and stuff. So I haven't seen him around too much. Super intelligent guy. A plastic 55-gallon drum I can put in the heated garage in the dead of winter with forks on the tractor. Oh, interesting. They like well sand drainage, and they like a tall container. I watch your lemon videos and I get jealous. Hey, Bill, I had a phenomenal fig before. Cool. Shawnee, it's copied and sent. How did I write so much? I didn't like the smell of the leaves in the house. Oh, yeah. I get it. Not like a citrus tree. Yep. I do want turkey figs. Well, they probably would grow where you are. So I should show you them when I get them to see if I need to cut them. What size container to start? I have 1 gallon right now. The longest, tallest container you got that's like 2 feet tall, 3 feet tall, a foot wide. You don't want width wise. They have a tap root, Shawnee, that goes straight down, pulls minerals from the bottom way down deep in the ground in the substrate and pulls up, puts it on top of the ground. They're mineralizers. And then you get a breba crop, and then you'll get like a little bit of crop here and there. But they can be grown in greenhouses, hey, like figs. They can grow all year round in greenhouses. I've seen it here. A lot of things they grow all year round here. They grow strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. The raspberries don't taste very good, and the strawberries, they get mold and fungus on them, but they still grow them. They're selling local strawberries here already, $10 for a pint. Yeah. So I should show you them when I get them to see if I need to cut them. Well, the thing is, if they're short and they get that breba crop where the shoot comes out and it's loaded with fruit, that's the one. Now, if it grows tall, you have to figure it yourself, but I'll help you if I can. Figs are weeds, basically. Yes, not figs. What plant are we talking about? Figs are weeds. It's the oldest. Figs, olives, and dates are the oldest cultivated fruit trees. Yeah, they're the oldest. Right? They're the ones that humans have cultivated, and they're used to humans. I have all 3 of those growing. I'm growing Chinese dates now. Some of my Chinese in-laws gave me a bag of Chinese dates. So I'm growing that. They also gave me some. Oh, hey, yeah, Dave Knight. I sent you some different corn. Peaches and cream corn from the seed exchange, black corn from China, and purple corn from Wild Edibles. You're going to love your package. I'm jealous. Sorry, I did the spoiler alert. I must put my plants in the greenhouse. Sergio Marinite 65 inside. Have a great day, everyone. Peace. Figs get out of control. You have birds, you'll have issues. Try to get some sleep, Bill, at night and lay off the sugar, okay? You know what? Years ago, people gave me things, less sugar, rainbow of seeds. Yes. You have a great day there, Mr. Knight. This guy years ago, he's like, yeah, these are sunchokes and they'll get wild and out of control and they're invasive. And I'm like, I hope so. So I took the warning and I put them all on the outside of the property. I have the best privacy. Nobody sees in here. No one. You can't even get in here. I'm and I'm not going to say too much, but don't worry about things getting invasive or evasive or whatever the hell that word is. I can't believe people have cold weather. We're running 2 air conditioners off it only during the day off the 40. Yeah, the solar system. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's pretty warm here. I didn't get no winter at all. Zero snow. And I had like half a dozen frost days. That was it. No snow, no sleet. Warm rain. Just saying. Yeah. You slept with the windows open last night. Wow. Yeah. My friend of mine, he has a shop beside this busy trail. It's a bicycle trail. And people were like coming and looking into he's got a lot of privacy. And he'd ask people like, why are you looking into my property? Because they would actually lean into the hedge and pull it apart and have a look like that. That's rude, right? So one day he noticed these bunch of young guys doing it. And he's, he has a shop there, and he's got $50,000 worth of tools easy in there. And they were looking around. Mhm. So that night he slept on his thermarest, hey? And they climbed over. He has a beautiful bamboo gate, beautiful. His father built it, and it's nice. Looks nice, hey? And it's a gate that you can open up for a vehicle to come in, or you can just open up for foot traffic, right, off the bicycle trail. And that night they climbed over it, a bunch of these young guys, and he's standing there with his machete, and he's like, "I've been waiting for you. You want to see?" I think it was like 3 young guys scared to death and scrambling over that gate to get away from him, and he's laughing and chuckling the whole time, and, he's never had a problem. I'm sure they went and told their friends, "Don't go over there, there's a guy waiting for you." Just saying. So careful when you sleep with your window open. There's not everybody nice. Yeah, clovers. Clovers are pretty cool. And then there's the wild roses. Wild roses are like full of the rose hips are full of vitamin C, but the petals, when they're just opening, they'll have not so much parasites on them, and you want to be able just to take the flowers off, like the petals off. There's glochids in there inside it. You have to be very careful with roses, and all roses are edible. Some are delicious and taste like a bowl of fruit, and some other ones are bland, but it's an art form. So here is the rose hips here, and inside there is the glochids, which is not a pleasant thing to get caught in your throat. Have a great day, everyone. Bye, Carrie Musing. And but rose hips is now coming on. I notice a few of them are blooming, wild roses. Yeah. Rose hip syrup and on grouse or chicken or pheasant is delicious. Here's nodding onions. I sent you some there, Dave, if you're still here. I sent you a bunch of them. Package. Yeah, these grow wild. These are your wild nodding onion. Yeah. Wild raspberry sauce on your trout. That looks like rainbow trout. Oh, that's cutty. Yeah, that's a cutty. Yeah, that's a cutthroat. I plan on doing all this, hey? Johnny Grows. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Looks like a sea run cutthroat. Wild onion stuffing patties. Here's wild ginger. I've had this often. I know several places where it grows here. And it's actually not a member of the ginger family, but sure tastes like ginger, just pops like ginger. And you can grab the rhizome out of the ground. It goes through the ground like a long ways. So you cut it off and you leave some, right? But this is wild ginger. It grows in the Pacific Northwest. Yep. Wild ginger syrup. Now, these will have different nutrients than the ginger you buy in the store. I just bought fresh ginger from Brazil, and it's creamy. And anyway, I bought it. It was $13 a pound, so I only could afford a pound and a half. Yeah. But yeah. And here's another one, pineapple weed. Here's pineapple weed. This one grows everywhere, especially in a lot of northern places where it's really cold. And it's a type of chamomile, and it's absolutely delicious. Make nice tea. All the different wild berries. There we go. Wild berries. I'll go and grab I'll grab that ginger and show you that ginger. Here's the ginger. It's 3 days old, this ginger. It's really, really young ginger, and it's soft and creamy. I don't know if you can see it there. But this is not like your typical ginger. This is beautiful. Here's my cookies I made. Yeah. These are good cookies, I'll tell you. Oh, yeah. Time for a coffee refresh. Oh, at least some people are still here. That's good. Come on, boys. Come on. There, have some coffee. Oh, Freaky Geek, hello. Long time no see. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. It's been a long time. Hope you're doing well, Freaky Geek. Oh my. Indeed, it's been a while. How are you doing? How am I doing? Well, I'm doing good. You know, I have gratitude for having another day and living in paradise. So I'm doing pretty good. Probably need to shave. People don't recognize me unless I shave. I keep waking up, so that's something. Yeah, that's a good thing. It's when you don't wake up no more and looking at those roots instead of the daisy flowers, you're in some serious trouble. Yep. Thank you all for that thumbs up. But yeah, just noticed the bell need changing. Why does YouTube change that up? I know, right? Sharon said bear. I can't see it on the camera. Well, is that your bare butt, or is that a bear, bear fruit tree, or is that a bear like goes rawr rawr? Have fun. Not doing too much, Freaky Geek. Just having fun. Starting the forage pretty quick here. I've already started actually in the local area, but I like to go out into the wilds. And yeah, or a hairy man bear. Ooh, hairy man bear. Hey, Bud Files. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There you go, Bud Files. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yep. It's someone's back lab. Black. Must be Black Lab. He's good boy. False alarm. What are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? False alarm. Alarm's false. But just going over the Wild Forage book here, Freaky Geek, the Wild Harvest book. This was one of the books I held back from the library. Yep. Wild Strawberry Cheesecake. Excuse me. Can't go wrong with that. Wild Raspberries. Can you imagine that? Wild Raspberry Dream Pie. Look how pretty it looks, hey? Get the recipe there for the recipe shot. If someone wants to do it. Yep. Wow, just so much to look at. But yeah. So somebody has a lab on their, okay, Freaky Geek. We can have black bears, but it's like seeing a unicorn. Same with foxes. You got to lay off those psychedelic mushrooms, Bill. Really do. So you're an author or borrowing a book? Oh, no, I'm no author. I bought the book. I didn't buy this. Actually, one of my students bought it and gave it to me. Just one of many forage. I have a lot of foraging books. Just saying. For me, the unicorns are rabbits and possums. They are around, but it's to catch them when they are. True. Yep. Oh, I thought I heard you mention a library. Yeah, I have a library on plants. Did I mention I have a library on plants? Actually, I gave away all the scientific books from, on plants. Nobody's taking them. They're all in the library, a stack. And it costs a lot of money for those books back in the day. Nobody's reading them, though. I read them, so. Oh, I thought I heard you mention a lot. Yep, we do have, yep. Wickershire says, we do have rabbits. I love them, but they can't stay. They will ruin everything here. I do enjoy the manure for the grow bags. Well, I seen 2 rabbits in the backyard yesterday. They had dug a tunnel. Hey, AZ Highland Homestead. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I actually went by and watched a couple of your videos. That's a pretty cool place you have. Lots of lambs. I love lambs. Waving at you, Bill. You are a library on plants. Yeah, I like that. And Shawnee Gross saying hello, good day. Everyone's just saying hello. Basically, we just been here talking about anything, and I'm going on a major foraging cleanse kind of thing. I saw that. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, always comment and hit the thumbs up that you were there and watch it and see what's going on. And you've got it going on there, that's for sure. Yep. Yep. Lots of fun. Just sitting around, happy Friday, and having gratitude for who I am, where I am. Oh, got a couple things to do today. I'm meeting up and getting some seeds for a seed exchange. And oh, yeah, I've got to go get measured for a CPAP mask. And oh, I have to go and help my elderly neighbor in the community with her garden. And I've already started, and I go and I do an hour every day there just to get it all set up. And the soil, she's like, wow, the soil you made from the lawn is amazing. And I'm like, it's very black. And she's like, oh, yeah. And it was layers of leaves and layers of cardboard and layers of my pathway soil bank. It's like a compost, which I don't turn or do any work to. I just utilize. I just dig it out, put it in a wheelbarrow, put it where I want it, and then I'll spread it all over on top of all the seeded weeds and everything from last year, and then they're all gone. They all decompose. People saying hello. You're very welcome to AZ Highland Homestead. I love to learn more about foraging. We have a native plant here in Arizona called holly grape. Yeah, that has cool little berries, tart and mostly seed, but tastes good. Yeah, that's probably a Mahonia. It's probably Mahonia ripens. There's Mahonia aquifolia, Mahonia nervorosa, and Mahonia ripens. And I think Mahonia ripens would go down into the Sonoran where you are. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure, but I could forage in the Sonoran quite easily. I spent many years in the northern Sonoran just walking around. You had to really watch for rattlesnakes, though. They were a pain. Tastes pretty good and chili, though. I didn't mind them. You always find them after a forest fire. They all slither away from the forest fire, so they were all bunched up. So I'd pick a few up and they'd eat them. They're all right. They taste like a big chunk of chicken breast. But I mean, I was eating all kind of things. I was eating prickly pear cactus fruit. I was eating the opuntia, and the pads. You take off the glochids. It was very healthy for you. There's lots of forage in the Sonoran if you know what you're doing. I'm too fat to walk around in the desert. Mountain lions see me as delicious. I don't know about that. I'm not in communication with the mountain lions. The chances of you seeing a mountain lion are slim to none. You might see 2 in your entire lifetime. They are professional hunters. They're professional killers. Mountain lion and cougar. You don't see them. They see you. They smell you. They feel you. And they don't eat you, Bill. That's the kind of creepy part. They lick all the meat off your body and your bones. They don't eat you like you're thinking. They have the sandy tongue and it just takes off the flesh. So yeah, they don't eat you. They lick the meat off of you. Ew. But they have been known to attack humans, but it's an older mountain lion that does that, or mom that's hungry with little ones. The conversation got dark. Not really. I'm going to have nightmares. Well, as long as the nightmare doesn't have you, you're doing okay, Bill. but it's the bite. If you're gonna how a cat comes at you, like a large cat, they're professionals, man. They bite you, they claw, they rip out your arteries here, so you're bleeding to death, and then their back legs rip out your stomach bag, and it's all this awful that's on the ground. And then they cart you off to a den or something, or a tree, tuck you in there, and then that's how they consume you. But the chances of them consuming a human are not very good. They mostly go after like deer, sheep, dog, cat. I've seen them kill cats. Reminds me of Faces of Death. I don't know what that is. Some kind of weird shit someone put on the internet, probably. Bill. No, just kidding. I should have never watched that stuff. Yeah, that's kind of creepy, Bill. I love Bill. He's fun. Hey? But yeah, cougar is a pretty serious creature, and they're mostly they'll roam on a figure eight like that, or on a circular pattern that goes high and low, or in a valley and up high, and they'll sit and watch a trail. Hey, somebody's talking about creepy pasta. That's some scary food. Yeah. Smart. I should have, yeah, yeah. It took me a while to find it, but it's Mahonia hematocarpa. Yeah. Okay. Well, it is Mahonia. Yeah. They call them Oregon grape. This is a common name, but yeah, I figured that it was a Mahonia. Yeah. There's a few different kinds of Mahonia. I've never heard of the hematocarpa before, but I know all the different Mahonia. I think that's the one from New Zealand. Maybe it's not a native plant. There, but the berries are delicious. And then the new leaves on the Mahonia that are coming out now, they're super lemony tasting and they're delicious. Yeah, you just add a few to your salad. Yes, that's crazy with the AI mind. I'm using it to make music for personal use. Oh yeah. Not this AI stuff that's flooding the internet. Yeah, I'm not into that at all. It's not real, and I like it real. I don't like nonsense bullshit. I don't. I'm just not into nonsense. It just doesn't make any sense, man. would enjoy getting my hands on muscadine grapes. Yeah, they're delicious. Hey, powerful liver cleansers. Takes all the fat out. Hey, I don't care what type they are. They're do good here. Muscadines, they really grow well, and yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of anything that climbs on a vine because I like to put it into trees, and I've got all these trees growing on the outside of the property, the food forest. Then I have all these grapes, different kinds, and kiwis and passion fruit, all growing through the canopy. And over the years, it's been different canopies because I'll cut trees down that don't produce food, or it's beyond its day, and some fruit trees only produce for a few years and then they go dormant, and people go, oh, my apple tree doesn't do anything. And well, you got to get a new one, right? You go see a nurseryman, they can be growing, say, 50,000 figs. Okay, different figs. They'll only pick one or two from that 50,000. And it's the same with apples and plums and stuff like that, right? Saying, what a freaky geek. It will be so much harder later on to tell what's real and what's AI when they stop phasing hands through walls and body parts or added extra. Yeah, it's just nuts. I never watched much of that anyway. I got books to read. I've got bees watching, picking up pollen sacks and whatever. I don't have time. I just went outside here, and a hummingbird came and sat there and watched me. And the hummingbird feeders are empty because I emptied them with all the blooms. I want them to look after themselves. They didn't like it. They didn't like that I'm not feeding it up, filling up the feeding sugar. They just follow me around and look at me like, what are you, stupid? Where's the sugar, man? It's funny as hell. Yeah. I made my first wine from them. Oh, right. How we had wild Concord grapes up in Boston, everywhere near rivers and drainage areas. Crazy. Yeah, they're nice. Hey. Yeah, there's grapes. Grapes will run wild. I put them all over this rocky outcrop. I'm going back to pick them. Some dunny went in there with a weed whacker and weed whacked the figs I planted on this outcrop and grapes and stuff. Weed whacked everything. Oh, I didn't know. Well, if you don't know, what the hell are you doing it for? You know, what are you going to do? Stupid earthlings. Make good freaking fertilizer. That's about it. Sorry. That's sad. Some folks cut trees down when they stop producing. Oh, it's dead. How can a dead tree make leaves every year? Well, the thing is, it's not producing fruit. And if you're like, like here, I produce a lot of food for my community in my village. And if a tree is like just blooming, like some I have, like my Japanese plums, my sugar plums. I just have there's sugar plums come on it, but I actually grow it for the blooms for about a month, and the birds eat the petals and then stuff like that, right? Just saying. Oh, let's see who's all here. Okay, there's a few people still here. Sweet sounds good, but the crazy part sounds tricky. Yep. Yeah, well, you have to cut down a tree if you want production of food. If it's past its date. Now, I've seen 100-year-old apple trees loaded. It depends on the variety, right? That bugs me. Someone says, "Oh, I know a plant from my weed and can kill your yard." Yeah, I may be here, but I'm not all there. Well, that's okay. Most of us all have mental health issues. I have yet to meet a human being that doesn't have mental health issues, like at different degrees. Like it could be mild to severe. It all depends on your egoic mind thought form pattern, what you're projecting inward and outward. That that's what it all comes down to, is what gives you your dopamine release, right? You're like, this chocolate's or this bread I'm eating is this making love to my wife is that's all dopamine, right? When you watch your shorts on YouTube and you see another one, pretty soon you're like, you've run out of dopamine. It's your awe. So yes, that should be controlled. Later in life, well, it could cause problems. Just saying. You know, I may be here, but I'm not all there. Yeah, well, get in line with the rest of us, man. I can't have the yard taken over again. But is the yard taking over again, Bill? Epic to film last year, pain in the butt to deal with. Yep. Hey, Shawnee Gross is still here. Live chats are my awe. Wickershire, you got content on your channel? Not really. He not really. He builds little bird cages and puts rocks in there and just watches them. No, I'm just kidding. just I like having fun with Bill. He's a pretty fun guy. He's been around a long time, like the rest of us. I have brain rot on my channel, but is it rotting your brain? Not the best way to go fishing with rocks. I know. I think Bill's a little weird. Yeah, yeah. But have fun. Wake up and have fun. Growing your own food's fun. Foraging's fun. Fishing's fun. And if you go hunting, well, that's fun too if you're eating it. But raise some animals. Lambs taste great, and turtles and doves and pheasants and quail and robins and pigeons. Uh, if the worst comes to worst and you don't have any food, every tree has a cambium layer. Underneath the bark, there's this juicy, sweet cambium in like alders and birches and maples and stuff. It's beautiful. And you can strip it off, and it's very sweet. It's a high carbohydrate, but you can boil it down to where it's edible. Some are just jelly-like, so yeah. But there are some folks who go fishing for ice. Me, I make it in the freezer. Ice fishing, yeah, weird. Hey, that's probably Bill. Oh, here we go, Bill. We do off-grid life in a shed to house tiny home. Been 100% solar power for 6 years, and the yard is slowly being revamped over step by step each year to grow food, do better. Yeah, that's a good way to be, Bill. Each time you add to your food streaming, okay? So you're growing your microgreens, you're growing your loofah, your food streaming. And you got a couple of goats for milk, butter, cheese, meat, and they eat the brambles, and you got fertilizer. Oh, you've got some Rhode Island Reds. You got eggs and meat, dual purpose bird. You don't need a lot. Watch some channels that raise sheep. Sheep are great. Yes, it's good to learn from year to year as the seasons are never the same 2 years in a row. I've noticed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're absolutely right, Freaky Geek. Absolutely right. And that's the thing, the more you're ecologically sound, the better off Earthlings humanity is, and the better off the ecosystem is. There's a biome that it's the ecobiome, and it's very little talked about, the ecological biome, you know, and some things that are going on in the world it's just not righteous, and not going to get into it too heavily, but humans know right from wrong. So when they do wrong, they go, I blew the shit out of that place. Well, guess what? Now you got to do it again, blow something else up. I blew the shit out of another place. Now you need another place to blow up, right? And that's the problem. That's the entire problem right there. Is the dopamine release. It's so egoic mind thought form pattern is so off the left side of the brain. There's nothing creative about it. The right side of the brain is the creative side. Now, instead of blowing some shit up and going, hey, look at that beautiful architecture. Look at the orange tree. Look at the kids playing in the playground. Huh? Right. So, I'm going to part now, and much love, mad respect. And I'm going to go walk the forest for some grazing. And I know where there's some Lycium barbarum leaves, goji berry leaves, and I wish them for breakfast. So much love, mad respect. Find the love in everything. And love yourself before you can love others. And be good to each other. Look after your community. Look after what you have. Build upon what you have. You all take care. Pilgrim, Bill, Freaky Geek, Shawnee Gross is listening in AZ Homestead. Pretty sure he's still here too. Maybe he was. Let me see. Nope, he's gone. He usually says goodbye. Maybe I missed him. Okay, all later. Thanks for all the thumbs up. And you're welcome there, Bill. It was fun. And I'm gonna go put up my lemon short. It's just some lemons. Yeah. Like, subscribe, and comment. Yeah, absolutely. See you, Shawnee Gross. Enjoy your nature garden today with your naturey friends. And yeah, that's very cool. You're a very cool human being. And yeah, much love. Take care. End stream now.